What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. We are back with some more MX bikes, and today we are going to be playing a track that I've never played before on a bike that I've never ridden before. So this is the 2006 KTM 125SX. Now this is a bike that was originally made by Dre from MX Simulator, very well known model creator on that game. He does incredible work, and it was imported into the game by Corona Boy. It's not ripped or anything like that. It was a free public model, so free to use, no dramas or any shady stuff going on there. And then the track that we are playing today is called Boston SX, made by T-Bell, and I believe it's his first ever track. I had a look through his other MXB mods posts and couldn't find anything whatsoever, so we're just going to have a little... Oh, I've just noticed there's no shadows for the bike at all. That's a little bit scuffed and awkward, isn't it? I have noticed that the bike looks a little bit shiny as well, so I'm not sure if there's something wrong with the spec map or anything like that, but, you know, we'll take it with a pinch of salt. We'll see how it goes. I mean, on the outside things, the bike looks quite good, in my opinion, and I imagine it's a good bit of fun now. It's not a new bike in the sense of it handles any differently or has different power or anything like that for the other 125s. It is a model swap, so you can take the bike, put it on any other bike you want. Today I've put it on the Gas. So anybody that rides a Gas 125 in any of my lobbies will now be riding this bike, and to do that you simply just open up the Gas file, for example, in your mods folder, and just drag and drop everything that you download from this download. So this track, from what I can see in the description and the pictures, meant to be fairly straightforward. It's not the most challenging in the world, but it isn't quite nice to have a Supercross track that is just nice and flowy rather than super technical. It's very nice. Where I play the aerial Supercross tracks all the time, they do tend to be a bit more on the difficult side, so it's nice just to take a little break from that every now and then, play a track that's a little bit more fun, and off the back of that, I hope that everybody enjoyed and has watched yesterday's video. It took me quite a lot of time. Much longer than I expected to kind of edit all together. It took me about 5 hours or so. I had my game open in the background whilst I was going through it all. I wrote like a script for the speaking, and then went back after it and kind of got all the clips together that I needed. And it's one of them things. It's like I've got about 1,300-ish hours on the game now, and it's like, how many of them hours are actual gameplay hours, or how many are there sitting playing Refresh Simulator for aerial races, or having it open in the background whilst I'm editing a video? I mean, there's 5 extra hours just sat there editing from yesterday, but I'm quite pleased with the final product. I was happy with how it came out, and it's something that it was a long time in the making, I think, especially since this season's been going so well for me, and everyone now thinks that I'm this super amazing person at Supercross, because I feel like I just keep getting really lucky from week to week and keep getting some wins. But I thought I'd make it, see if I can help anyone out that I can, and just try and share what I've kind of learned and try teaching myself over the last year and a half-ish of playing the game. Some things in there a little bit difficult to get down if you're not used to it. However, a little bit of practice, you know, I'm sure you'll find it absolutely well, quite straightforward. And if you find the aerial tracks too difficult, then first impressions on this seems like a much better track to try and just learn your Supercross techniques, really, and try and hone your skills, get a little bit faster. There's definitely easier tracks out there than the aerial track, so if you are brand new to Supercross, don't just try and dive into the deep end straight away. You know, take your time, work your way up, and I suppose the most important thing really is to don't knock your confidence straight away by going for the difficult stuff. Like, ease yourself in. Oh my god, that triple out that corner is a stretch. Can you see the lighting glitch just under my bike that's going on constantly? It's a little bit off-putting. I imagine it probably doesn't look too good on the YouTube side of things as well when it compresses it. Can I... Hang on, let me turn off reflections or dynamic shadows, and that should go away. Simulation, no, graphics, dynamic shadows. That should be gone now. And yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Easy fix. So, if you are running this bike, it looks like there's some parts of it that aren't fully done. I mean, I've not seen Corona Boy's name anywhere before, so I'm guessing it's like a first time import for him. So yeah, just do that if those reflections are messing with you at all, and they will be completely gone and back to normal as well. That triple as well. Oh, that's a big old jump. I might see next lap round if I can try and like pop a little wheelie into it to get over that first hump to then get the triple out. Like, this triple's nice and easy, then this triple's quite nice as well. Actually overjump it, which on a 125 is quite strange to say. I can't imagine how far I jump on my normal 450, but that is exactly why I've chosen this bike for today, because I had the impression, looking from the photos and the description, that the jumps wouldn't be too difficult to get over, except for this one. Oh, stretch it, there we go. Using that little technique of leaning forwards and then grabbing the back brake and sitting down in the air to try and get as much distance as possible. Got this section's really nice and flowy, nice little triple, triple, double, and then was this the triple? Oh no, different. That's the next left-hander. But when I get so many 180 turns in a track, I always forget what rhythm I've got next. Let me try. Oh god, I keep stepping over that. I want to try and go on and off. I feel like it'd be much quicker. So you go on and off, and then triple into this corner. So this is then the hard triple for the whoops. Let's see if we can get it. Oh no, second gear is not the move for that. I need to be in third. Now, I don't know if I need to be in third at the start of the corner or shift up halfway. Let's try it at the start, and we can always switch it up. Oh! God. Okay. I'm trying to go a little bit too fast that time. I've noticed, so the only downside that I can see so far for this track is that the berms, the scaling of the berms is a little weird. I feel like they're much skinnier than the track, so quite hard to carry your momentum around them all. They remind me of some MX Simulator berms, to be fair, and I'm not sure, obviously, what program that TBL used to make the track, but it does give me MX Simulator vibes. I imagine it would ride quite well in Sim as well. Maybe we'll do the opposite. Instead of us always importing things from Sim to bikes, we'll import this from bikes to Sim, see how that goes. I do need to do some more Sim videos as well. In the coming days. I feel like I've been slacking a bit the last few weeks, you know. Been trying to juggle things, like trying to juggle bikes, reflex and sim all at the same time. Just really going from what game I fancy playing on the day, and sim kind of went on the back burners for a bit, but I still don't feel like I've lost too much in my speed. I mean, I rode Detroit the other day and felt pretty good, in all honesty. And yeah, maybe I'll try St. Louis, because that looks like quite a fun track. Some bigger lines on that track, try and hit as well, which I'm always game for. I feel like my seat bounce is probably one of my only good things on that game at the moment. My corner speed's absolutely atrocious, in all fairness. It's just my jumps are okay. So we'll hop on there a bit. Still no intention really of doing any more like proper races, at least not until the aerial MX Bike Supercross season is over. That's just where I want to put my focus for the time being. Even though we are in a very comfortable position at this point, I still feel it's quite nice just to focus on one thing at a time. Oh, backflip, 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 backflip. Oh, so close. I don't know what to do on that triple. Let's have a little ride over there and see what it's like, because in my mind it might be a pick the front wheel up, yeah, so I feel like there's this tiny little hump here, which you probably can't see too well, but I feel like you need to pick your front wheel up over that, and then just really try and seat bounce to get the triple into the sand. So let me try that. I'm going to skip out the whoops. No point trying to go through the whoops from this much for a run up, so let's get around this corner, hit the soupy triple, right, pick the front wheel up. Not very well. Oh, did the back brake. That is a stretch on a 125. I imagine that is one of them lines that probably isn't difficult at all when you're on the big bikes, but for the little 125, it's absolutely screaming the life out of it right now. Not an easy line to do. I was about to say this bike feels really good, but it's the normal bike. I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like some bikes do feel different from others just based on appearance, and it's like placebo. For example, I've said it multiple times, like the Fantic and the Yamaha are identical in every way except for appearance, yet anytime that I get on the Yamaha I ride a lot better than I ride the Fantic. So there's some method to the madness, you know. Placebo is a very real thing, and I feel like I'm riding this bike fairly well, which I didn't expect. I've never kind of ridden bikes like this. I mean, what year? So 2006. I would have been 10 years old in 2006. So I wouldn't have been riding the 125 any point around then. I probably would have still been on my 85. Probably I had a CR85 back then, which I absolutely loved to death. It was it was up until my 2020 YZ250F. It was the only bike that I ever had brand new. You know, all of my other bikes were all second hand. You know, obviously I haven't grown up in the richest of families by any means, but anything that we do have, we just put in things that we enjoy. And yeah, the CR85 back in the day for me was my first ever brand new bike, and I loved it. You know, I had it all the way through small wheels, put in big wheels as well, and I reached that really awkward point. I'm sure some other people can relate depending on how old you are. You reach an awkward kind of crossover age from going from an 85 up to the big bikes, whether it be a 125 or a 250, whatever you went for. But where your height and your age don't really match up with each other. But in the UK, it might be different to the US, where you have a certain age where you need to move up. And I think both mine and my parents' idea was you may as well just stay down for as long as you can, because once you move up, there's not really any going back. So I remember I got a little bit too tall for the bike in my very last year, so we bought like a extended frame, you know, like a bigger frame, and it just didn't go well. I remember like my knees hitting the handlebars and stuff on heavy landings, and probably should have moved up a year earlier than I did. But it's one of them things. I don't regret it, because as I say, once you move up, you cannot go back down. And I remember getting on the gate on my 125 for the very first time, and being on my tippy toes basically, and being like, oh my god, how am I meant to ride this? It's going to be so difficult. But yeah, obviously time flies, and looking back on it again, I don't think it would have changed anything. When I was growing up, I really enjoyed my riding. Maybe I wish I would have taken it a little bit more seriously from like a fitness / making the most of it whilst I could point of view, but obviously when you're a kid you don't think about that. You just want to go and ride your bike whenever you can, really. Something that I really want to improve on nowadays is both the fitness and just getting out more often than I do. Hopefully I'm meant to be going riding this coming weekend, so I think this video goes live on a Monday, I believe. So this weekend, I think it's Easter holidays, so it could be any day between like the Friday and the Monday, really. I'm not sure what day it would be, but fingers crossed I get to go out. And there's rumours that Charlie kind of wants to get out on the bike again as well, so if he does, I'll go with him. Try and see if we can get any battles on the GoPro. I'm sure we'll both last 2 laps before our arms give up on us, but it'll be a good laugh while it lasts. And I think as well, as I absolutely loop my Larry, I quickly glance across to my right. So I've got my MX bikes on my left monitor, and I've got my OBS, so like my recording on my right monitor. Every now and then I'll glance across to my right hand side just to see kind of how long the video's been going for, just to make sure that I'm not dropping frames or anything like that. I feel like every single time I quickly give a little glance over, even if I'm in the air, I'll wad myself and crash. But this will do it for this video. T-Belt, I think this is actually a really good track. I don't know if it's the first one you've ever made, but from what I can see, it's the first one you've released, and just job well done. Hopefully we can get some more of this in the future as well. The decals, really pleasing. I'm not a fan of dark decals, so nice to see something quite bright and easy on the eyes as well. I think the flow's really nice. The only thing I might change ever so slightly is the berms. Maybe make them a tiny bit bigger, not really in terms of angle, but just kind of, I don't know, like the width of them, if that makes sense, so you can follow them a little bit easier. I feel like you have to cut down a little bit at the moment. Environment's fine, you know, it looks like just kind of like a test / backyardy type supercross track. It's not meant to be like absolutely massive lorries and rigs anywhere, any semis anywhere. So good stuff. Thank you very much for adding to the community. And for Corona Boy, good job on the import. I mean, the bike looks good. I mean, I really have to thank Dre in the first place for making it. I can't imagine how many hundreds of hours the model creators spend on their bikes. It's absolutely crazy. I hope we get to see some more stuff in the future. I'm not sure what stuff is free. If anybody has any intention of making stuff purely for MX bikes, I know Sim is the bigger community, so that's usually where things derive from. And happy to actually cover some bikes that don't have anything kind of dodgy or rips going on behind the scenes. Just nice to not have to worry about putting links in the description for people and anything like that, or being moaned at for having the bikes in the first place. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you guys, most importantly, for watching as well. If you enjoyed the video, please do drop a like and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and have a lovely rest of the day, wherever it is you're up to. Until I catch you in the next video, peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got